They say life is a journey, but love is the walk that defines who we become along the way. It's not just about who walks beside you. It's about who you are when the road gets lonely. This is The Love Walk, a story about choosing love even when it hurts to give it. As the couple shares life's simple pleasures, their laughter fills the air, creating a memory etched in time. Each sip of coffee becomes a moment of connection, while the golden leaves whirl around them, reminding us that love can flourish during every season of life. He once believed love was easy. He thought love meant smiles, warm texts, and promises that never fade. But life taught him differently. She left. No warnings, no goodbyes, just distance that grew louder every day. And in that silence, something inside him broke. He replayed every memory, every word, wondering what went wrong. He tried to hate her, but his heart refused. He tried to move on, but his soul kept whispering her name. He built walls around his heart. He told himself, never again. Never again will I give too much. Never again will I love without return. But what he didn't realize is that when you close your heart to pain, you also close it to peace. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months. He smiled on the outside, but inside he was numb. People said time heals all wounds, but he knew. Time doesn't heal what you refuse to feel. His world became smaller. He avoided friends, ignored kindness, and stopped trusting love altogether. Then one morning he went for a walk, not to find peace, but to escape the noise in his mind. He didn't know it then, but that walk would change everything. As he walked, he saw her, an elderly woman by the roadside, her groceries scattered. People passed by pretending not to notice. For a moment he hesitated. That voice in his head said, "Don't bother. Nobody helped you when you needed it." But another voice, softer, wiser, whispered, "This is your chance to love again." He walked over, picked up the groceries and carried them home for her. She smiled, her eyes full of gratitude. "Thank you," she said. "Not many people stop anymore." That simple moment broke something open inside him. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't romantic, but it was healing. Because love doesn't always come back through the same door it left. Sometimes it returns through kindness, in the most ordinary of moments. As he continued his walk, he began to see life differently. He smiled at strangers. He forgave silently. He stopped waiting for apologies that would never come. He realized that the love walk wasn't about others. It was about him learning how to love without bitterness, to care without keeping score, to give not because others deserve it, but because he no longer wanted to be a prisoner of pain. Love wasn't about holding on. It was about letting go gracefully, letting go of what broke you but keeping the lesson it taught. With each step forward, he felt lighter, shedding the weight of past grievances. He embraced the serenity around him, understanding that true love flourished in generosity and forgiveness. Each moment became a reminder that life was too precious to be burdened by resentment. The beauty of existence unfolded as he accepted the past, cherishing the lessons rather than the pain. The sun dipped below the horizon, symbolizing the end of an old chapter and the beginning of a new story filled with hope. Months later, life tested him again. He met someone kind. She smiled like sunlight, laughed like peace. But fear whispered, "Don't get too close." Remember what happened last time? He wanted to run, but he didn't. Because he remembered the love walk isn't about avoiding pain. It's about walking through it with courage. So he opened his heart again. Not perfectly, but honestly, he learned that love after pain is not weakness. It's wisdom. He didn't love the same way anymore. He loved slower, deeper, with awareness. The man who once swore never again was now the one who said always again, because love is who I am. He realized love was not a reward, it was a responsibility. It wasn't something you fall into, it was something you grow into. He no longer looked for people to complete him. He walked with love so full in his heart that he started completing others. He learned that the love walk doesn't always end in romance. Sometimes it ends in peace, and that was enough. The love walk is not for the faint-hearted. It's for those who have been broken and still believe. For those who've been betrayed and still choose kindness. For those who've been unloved and still choose to love. Because every time you choose love in a world that rewards hate, you heal something. Not just in yourself, but in the world. So keep walking, even when it's lonely. Even when it hurts, even when it feels unseen. Because every step you take in love leads you closer to who you were meant to be. Love doesn't make life perfect. It makes you whole. And that's the beauty of the Love Walk. Walk in love, speak in grace, and let your light remind the world that kindness still exists. Subscribe for more stories that touch the soul.